Hello and welcome to the Two Man Power Trip Wrestling and the latest podcast. I'm your host, JP John Poz. Of course, joining me, the former WWF Head Writer, the former WCW Head Writer, the former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Vince Russo. Vince, welcome back. How you doing?
What is going on, John? Good morning.
Good morning, Vince. Hope all is well. A very interesting time. We're going to talk about 1999 here, and just want to mention this right off the top because it's amazing. It's an amazing stat. We talked about the highest rated Raw, which was also May of 99. Now we're going into July of 99. And right before we hit July, June 28th, 1999, Raw, I don't know if you remember this or not, but Steve Austin wins back the WWF title. 10.7 million people watched the match as he beat The Undertaker to regain the title. Do you recall this? This is
No,
amazing.
no, and that's incredible. I mean, those numbers just blow my mind, bro. John, I swear I just came to the conclusion, and like that's why I don't get hot anymore. I don't get upset anymore. Bro, WW are content creators just like you and I. That's all they've become. It's not about the television show. It's not about whether the television show is good or bad, whether it's compelling television or whether it's episodic TV. They're no different than you and I. And they pay all these people on their roster to be part of their content, and they deliver their content every week to whether it's USA or Fox or soon to be, Netflix. Whoever is paying for their content, they're delivering their content. You'll never get shows like that anymore, bro. You just won't. It's a totally different company.
I think it's safe to say that June 28th, 1999 Austin Undertaker match will be the most ever viewed wrestling match of all time. I don't think anything will ever beat it. Not even close. I mean, over 10 million viewers. It's not even going to come close, right?
No, not even going to come close, bro. And you can make up all the excuses in the world, but yet, when there's a big football game on or a good show or something important, everybody turns out and watches it on television. You see those numbers. People are still watching TV, but like I said, man, it's different, bro. It's not about television ratings for them anymore.
Do you think the title switch and doing it on Raw rather versus the pay per view was about getting big ratings? I mean, obviously it worked, but was that like the grand scheme of it instead of doing it on a pay per view?
Well, the title definitely meant something back then. I mean, I watch both shows every week, bro. I swear I couldn't even tell you who the champions are. There's so many titles, and it's so confusing to me. So the title, that was the whole thing, bro. Like, Vince always made sure the title was the most important thing. Everybody was, working for that company because it was all about the title. That's what everybody wanted. So I think making the title more important and putting more emphasis on the title definitely helped us get that number.
I feel like every June Austin gets the title back on Raw, and it just
Does it
pops a
really?
well. 98 happened, then 99 happened,
Yeah.
but it just seemed like it pops a gigantic rating. I mean,
Yeah.
it really helps.
Yeah. Well, that definitely wasn't by design.
With Undertaker, and it's basically he wins it at Over the Edge. He holds the belt for a month, 2 months. I mean, it's not like that long of a reign. He's just like not a transitional champion, but he's not meant to be champion for a long period of time, right? During that period, because he doesn't
Yeah,
hold it very long.
he doesn't. Bro. First of all, Taker doesn't need the belt, but neither does Austin. But again, bro, this is where your fan base really dictates. The fan base wanted Austin to have the title, so that's why it was very important to put that title back on Austin.
And the pop, through the roof. I mean, it was just nuts. The pop that
Yeah.
he got.
Yeah, I look forward to watching that show, man. I haven't seen it in a while. I haven't gotten to it, yet. When I do my review of the Attitude Era, I look forward to seeing that.
And hey, another thing for your resume: 10.7 million viewers for the largest watch wrestling match of all time.
There you go, bro. Crazy, bro. Are you a comic book guy,
Used to be, not really much anymore.
bro? You had to hear they just had that San Diego Comic Con,
Yep.
and Robert Downey Jr. did the reveal as playing Doctor Doom. Did you see that?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you hear? That's a pop, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a pop. When people today talk about pops, they have no idea what a freaking pop is. They think when AEW has 1,500 people at a show that's a pop. That Robert Downey Jr. pop, I think, was the loudest pop I've ever heard in my life.
Wow, even louder than Austin.
Bro, it was. Oh,
Or Hogan.
I got goosebumps just listening to that pop.
My only thing was I was confused. He's Iron Man. How is he playing Doctor Doom? I mean, he's going to be the lead villain and the lead babyface. Well, I guess Iron Man is dead technically,
Yeah,
but that was
yeah,
just that was I was confused on that. I'm like, wait, he's going
yeah,
to play the villain now?
yeah. Well, so Doctor Doom, bro, because I'm like you, man. I grew up on comic books, but now not so much. So Doctor Doom was Iron Man's arch nemesis.
They had some interactions, but he was really the arch nemesis of the Fantastic Four and Mister
Okay, yeah.
Fantastic.
I get confused because who was who Captain America was the guy with the red head. Who was that?
Yeah, Red Skull. Yeah.
Red Skull. They've never done anything with Red Skull, have they?
No, the first Captain America movie, he was the villain.
Oh, he was in it. I never. Bro, I swear to God, I saw the very first Avengers movie, the very first one, and I have not seen a Marvel movie since.
Wow, I feel like they fell off big time.
Well,
Like they weren't as
they
good.
put out so much product, bro. You know what I
Yes.
mean? After
Yep.
a while, you just can't keep up with it. You
Yeah,
know?
too many movies. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't even imagine all those people spending all that money on all those movies.
Oh,
It's
I
just
know.
too
I can't
much.
either, bro. I can't either. Yeah.
Crazy. But let's go back. Fully Loaded 1999, of course, was July 25th, Buffalo, New York, at the Marine Midland Arena, 16,605 in attendance, 334,000 on the pay-per-view buy rates, which is pretty damn good. Leading into it, there was a house show beforehand, and Edge beats Jeff Jarrett for the Intercontinental title. Total shock. People obviously didn't know about it, just kind of came out of nowhere. Shamrock was originally supposed to fight Jarrett on the house show. He was replaced by Edge. Why Edge just randomly on a house show winning the Intercontinental Championship?
Bro, just to keep the unpredictability thing going. You know what I'm saying? And bro, like that's the one thing about today. It's like not only is nothing unpredictable, they telegraph everything. Everything they telegraph. Like perfect example, bro, on this past Monday show. We have the scene where the week before Dominic tells off Liv, and we get Liv's fake crocodile tears.
Yep.
Then the next week, supposedly, Liv trashed the clubhouse. Meanwhile, Liv's not on the show. So obviously, Dominic did all that, and it's a complete ruse between him and Liv, and they're going to screw Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam. So not only do they not try to swerve you anymore, now they literally telegraph everything, bro. So that was definitely an effort, Poz, to keep it must see TV. You never know what's going to happen. Same with if you go to a house show, bro. You never know what's going to happen.
And we'll get into the match when we come. It's going to be in just a minute here, but it's so interesting because I remember ordering the pay-per-view with my buddy, and they're like, and the new Intercontinental Champion is Edge, and he came out with the belt. We're like, what? When the hell did he win the title? We're like,
Yeah,
what the hell? Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It was really cool, bro, back in the day when titles would change at house shows. I mean, that was a really, really, really cool thing.
Yet they don't do that ever anymore,
No,
really.
Never, bro. Never, man.
It's almost, I don't know, like unpredictable. Almost makes you want to go to the house show. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to see a title change. I got to, I don't want to miss this.
Absolutely. I mean, at least put the thought into people's head, bro.
Yeah. Yep. Any thought of giving Edge a push though here, or is it too soon for him?
I think it's too soon. I definitely think it's too soon.
That was pretty shocking to put the IC title on. I know it's only for a day, and he was like a replacement, but still interesting.
Yeah.
You must have saw something in him though early on.
Oh, no, the guy looked like a star, but when I say too early, bro, it's also because his character is still underdeveloped at that point. You know what I'm saying? We still haven't really, really built the character at that point.
And he's kind of just, now he's a baby face, and Gangrel, kind of feuding with him at this point because of the Brood breakup. So yeah, he's coming into his own, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
All right, so I'll run through a couple Sunday Night Heat results, as that will obviously lead into the pay per view. But Val Venus defeated Joey Abs with Rodney and Pete Gas, the Mean Street Posse, 3 minutes 16 seconds. The Godfather defeated Meat, aka Sean Stasiak, with Jacqueline and Terry Runnels in 2 minutes, and Christian shockingly defeated Viscera in about 2 minutes 45 seconds. Also on Sunday Night Heat, there was a confrontation between Undertaker and Steve Austin, because it's going to be a first blood match, end of an era match in the main event between Austin and Undertaker for the title. Undertaker beats him up and bloodies him on Sunday Night Heat. So now they're saying what they're going to have to stitch up Austin and put a band-aid on him because he's going to bleed pretty easily. This is the first blood
Wow,
match. So
that's interesting. That's very good. I like that. I like that. So now he's Undertaker just has to reopen the wound.
yes,
I like
yes.
it. I like it. Very nice.
Yeah, so Austin's doing an interview talking about Undertaker attacks him from behind, hits him, gets him in the head, cuts his head open. Lawler goes, man, he barely touched him. They obviously playing the heel. Goes, barely touched him. He's like,
Yeah. That's good. That's good stuff. Yeah.
so obviously Austin, they're showing him with the doctors. He's got to get stitched up. Austin's like, just do your job, you son of a bitch. Get this thing done.
Yeah. That's great.
So the whole pay per view is wrapped around end of an era. So it's Austin versus Undertaker for the title. If Austin doesn't retain the title, he will never get a shot at the title ever again. If Undertaker loses, Vince McMahon is gone from the WWF. He put his career
Wow.
on the line. So the end of an era. Either Austin never is champion again, or we never see Vince again.
See,
End of
now
an era.
you're laying that out, and I have no idea how we got out of that. And I wrote this stuff, and I got no idea how we got out of that, bro.
I love it. The JR is like saying the stakes have never been higher, which is true. I mean, Austin and putting his, the title hopes on his line.
I just watched
Vince's
the
career.
episode, bro. I just watched the episode where the week before Austin had made Vince piss his pants. So
Yes.
now you think Austin is completely done. And remember, I said he shoved that little paper in his pocket.
Yep.
Well, that was the Shane McMahon promo show that I had completely forgotten all about.
Wow.
There was a lot of truth in that promo, bro. A lot of truth. A lot.
Yes.
I could tell you this, bro. Like Shane never went over that promo with Vince that night. I went over that promo with Shane like freaking 10 times. He never went over that promo with Vince because I know a lot of that was really real to him.
Does he need to go over it with Vince at all, or no?
He
just
doesn't
goes
need
over.
he doesn't need to, but usually you would. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
Usually you would, but he did not.
So, as far as the show is concerned, we start with a video package. The end of an era is the whole thing. End of an era about Austin, Vince, and obviously a little bit of Taker in between. They recap Sunday Night Heat with Undertaker attacking Austin and the blood. And Vince McMahon and Shane have an interview with Michael Cole, and Vince is kind of laughing. He's like, "Well, I didn't tell Undertaker to do that. He must have done that on his own." And Shane's like, "How dare you, Michael Cole, accuse my father of setting up Steve Austin? He would never do that."
Shenanigans, bro. Yes.
More reasons to hate Vince and Shane, and just pile it on.
Yeah.
So the first match of the evening, Jeff Jarrett with Deborah defeats Edge to retain his Intercontinental Championship. Pretty good match. Goes about 13 minutes, 23 seconds. Jarrett beats him thanks to Deborah, who looked pretty amazing wearing this basically bikini outfit. And Gangrel came out and helped Jarrett get the win. So Jarrett is now the Intercontinental Champion. Edge only is champion for one day, basically, essentially.
Yeah. Jeff is always, bro, like, he was always, because again, I work with Jeff at all three companies during that run. Bro, he was the safest guy to put the title on. And I'll tell you why, bro. One of the most important things about Jeff, bro, a lot of people, I gave Jeff a push at WCW because he was my boy, this and that. That is bullshit, bro. The number one reason, why you could always put a title on Jeff, always depend. Bro, the dude never got hurt. He never got hurt. I even remember, bro, one freaking time at WCW, I think we had a night where, Jeff was booked against all legends in like 3 different kinds of matches. And I remember, bro, there was a spot where Jimmy Snuka came off the top of the cage and gave Jeff a concussion.
Yeah.
Bro, you have no idea how pissed off Jeff was because he got hurt and he knew he was going to miss some time. And that was the one thing about Jeff, bro. Out of everyone I ever worked with, bro, you could wrestle him 300 times out of the year. He would never get freaking hurt. And you need that, bro, because when you put the belt on somebody and then they get hurt, bro, that turns the entire company like upside down. Like when the champion is hurt. And that was the one thing about Jeff, bro. He was like, and he worked his ass off in the ring. It's not like he wasn't working hard or anything, but he never, ever got hurt.
Here's the so interesting part about this, right? He's over big time as a heel. Now he wins the Intercontinental Championship back. So Austin, his music hits. He comes out while Jarrett's in the ring celebrating. Huge pop, gigantic pop. Comes out, stuns Jarrett. And then cuts a promo about Undertaker and Vince in the match later, and he's gonna kick Undertaker's ass. He's gonna make him bleed. All this stuff. But the whole thing I'm thinking in my head is, wait, why did he stun Jarrett? Is he gonna have a feud with Jarrett? Was that ever a thought? Like, how come he stunned Jarrett? Was that for any reason?
Bro, I would not be surprised if he did that on his own. Because, bro, remember, Steve had big time heat with Jeff.
Yes.
Big time heat with Jeff. I would not be surprised if he didn't do that on his own. And knowing Jeff, bro, Jeff's all about business. And getting stunned by Austin is not going to hurt Jeff. And also, bro, you got to remember another thing. Even though Austin doesn't want to work with Jeff wants to work with Austin. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be surprised, bro, if Jeff suggested it. I wouldn't be surprised because, Jeff, and again, I just said a couple of minutes ago, Jeff was always all about business. Jeff wanted to get back on Austin's good side because he wanted to work with Austin. So that could have been the reasons why that happened.
And so interesting, Jeff has actually said he thought, because there was some interactions and the stunner, he thought they were going to work together. He assumed that they were going to work together.
Bro, Austin would not work with Jeff ever since that promo. Would never work with him, no matter what. I even was trying to, and bro, this may have been that time because I remember I was sneakily trying to make it happen. And I remember Austin cutting a promo on me and reminding me, I told you, I'm never working with that son of a bitch. Don't. And this may have been part of that, bro, because I remember him vividly cutting a promo on me because he told me I'm never working with Jarrett. And he thought I was trying to work that way. And I might have been.
So maybe you originally did want to book because it's champion versus champion. That would have been a good match.
And it would have been a great match. It would have been a freaking great match, bro. But man, bro, Austin, he was not forgiving, man. He wasn't forgiving Owen. He never forgave Jeff. That's just how Steve was, man.
So technically, maybe I'm wrong on this, but would Jarrett have gotten the Triple H push? Because Triple H is getting a big push towards the title and he's going to feud with Austin a little bit. Yeah. Would Jarrett have got that push?
I don't think so, bro, because, bro, like Jeff's really lucky, bro, that I was writing for Vince at the time. Because, bro, in Vince's eyes, Jeff was a small guy. Vince was never really behind giving Jeff a push. And bro, Vince knew he was a great worker. Vince knew that the bloodline. I mean, Vince knew all that. But bro, think about this. Double J at that time and the way he looked, and at that point, whatever he was doing, Vince looked at him as a small guy.
Which is crazy because he's really not that small.
No,
he was pretty jacked at that point, too.
Oh, very jacked at that point. Yeah.
Well, he's a lot bigger than Shawn Michaels, tell you that much.
Yeah, and that's probably
30 pounds bigger, yeah.
That's probably why he was very jacked at that point, to show Vince, I'm not a small guy. You know what I mean?
Yep. So interesting with that, but we have a new Intercontinental Champion in Jeff Jarrett, and Austin for whatever reason stunners him, and then talks about Undertaker, and obviously they never worked together. You would assume they would have worked together, but yeah,
Nah, never,
yep,
man. He
yep,
was a man of his word, bro.
yep. So then we have the Acolytes, Farouk and Bradshaw defeating the Hardy Boys and Michael P.S. Hayes in a handicap Acolytes rules match for the WWF Tag Team Championship. The Hardys are the champs going in. The Acolytes end up winning the titles in 9 minutes and 35 seconds. They actually pinned Michael Hayes for the loss. So a little bit of tension with the Hardy Boys because they lose the tag titles without even getting pinned. Michael Hayes got pinned, but pretty good match here. Obviously, pretty wild. They're using some weapons, and it gets breaks down and gets a little crazy. But Acolytes are the new tag team champions, so you're starting off the show with new tag champs, new Intercontinental champions, and even teasing this Michael Hayes, who had an interview beforehand saying that he was going to teach the Hardy Boys how to get it done. Well, he taught them how to get it done, and he did the job.
See, that's the beauty of it, bro. And that stuff you never ever see anymore. You number one, you're able to put the title on the heels. Number two, the way it's done, you're able to protect the baby faces. And number three, now you get a brand new story out of it. So that accomplishes so much compared to today, Pause, where you got 50-50 booking and nobody gets over. Bro, I swear to God, I just finished watching, like I said, the Raw with the Big Shane promo.
Yep.
Pause in that 2-hour show. There was not one finish in one match. And the people are going absolutely nuts. They don't give a shit. Bro, casual fans don't care about clean finishes. They care about good television. They care about good shows. So that right there accomplished three major things. You get the belts on the heels, you protect the Hardys, and now you get an angle coming out of it with Michael Hayes.
I was just talking to a friend of mine, I guess you would say, but he's a wrestling historian. He really follows wrestling. He loves the wrestling aspect of it. But he said, he goes, man, if you ever look at 1999, he's like, the ratings are through the roof. He goes, some of those matches are like short, some of them stink, some of them are like basically non-existent. Yep. But he goes, the ratings are through the roof. He's like, I don't think any casual fans gave a damn back then. I said, no,
they don't,
not at all.
They don't give a damn today, bro. That's that's why they're not watching today, bro, because the wrestling is too long and they're not going to sit through it, bro.
Because if you think about it, it's like, okay, if you look like, the wrestling matches weren't that good in 99. The ratings were 10.7 million people watching the show. It's like, holy crap.
And like I said, I just watched the show where there was not one finish. There was not one single finish on the show.
And I like how you broke this down, too, because you kind of protect the Hardy Boys, but then they have the thing with Michael Hayes, like, hey, you cost us the tag titles.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
And even the Acolytes are monsters. They could destroy the Hardys, but gave them a good match, and it really made them look good by winning, but also made the Hardy Boys look good, like kind of bringing them up to their level.
And that stuff is very, very important. That's why, bro, we're going into SummerSlam. Like, I swear to God, and just as a casual fan, you're going into the Damian Priest and Gunther. Okay. Yep. And I like both of these guys. Okay. I really like them both. But, bro, I can't get out of my head. Gunther lost to Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Oof. So I'm supposed to believe now. Like, how would he be able to beat Damian Priest if he lost to Sami Zayn? That's what I'm talking about. And that's what casual fans see, bro.
Yeah, I still baffled by that, and the Braun Breaker lost to Sami Zayn. Still baffled by it. I don't like it.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. So then the next match up, before the match, D'Lo Brown has a backstage promo on Midian with Kevin Kelly talking about the European Championship. So next up, D'Lo Brown defeats Midian for the European Championship in about 7 minutes. Okay, match. There wasn't really a lot of heat. The crowd wasn't as into it really until D'Lo ends up getting the win. So 3 matches, 3 title changes, kind of maybe even teasing that Austin may lose the title here. Like JR is kind of saying, wow, another title change.
That's a very good point, bro. That's a very, very, very good point. Yeah. But I swear to God, I love, man, going back and watching that stuff. It blows my mind how, D'Lo and X-Pac, they made the European title mean something.
Yep.
The European title actually meant something because it meant something to those guys. You know what I'm saying? And man, I look back now and you had a title like the European title, which was ridiculous, but those guys got it over, and they got it over because it meant so much to them.
What do you think about Midian coming into the pay-per-view as European champion?
Yeah, bro, that's a thing, bro. Like, that's the thing. And this happens, bro. He was everybody's favorite, you know, bro. There really does come a time when you reward people, especially when you're just going to do it for a short window. You know what I'm saying, bro? There's a time when you do that. And, you know, he was just a guy that was loved by everybody in the locker room. His personality was through the roof.
And D'Lo, obviously, hell of a hand, hell of a worker.
Oh yeah, man, great. I work with. I'm going to see D'Lo tonight, bro. We do the Rocky Mountain Pro thing where I write and produce it, and like D'Lo's the agent. So and bro, I wrote D'Lo into the show, bro. He still has it. He has not. Bro, D'Lo is heads and tails better than every single person on the show at his age today. He like has not lost a beat, bro. I mean, he can't work anymore, but on the microphone, bro, forget it.
D'Lo, always very good. Always a good hand. Yeah, always
good little hand. I mean, that's Dutch's perfect definition of good little hand. Yes.
So then we go backstage with Michael Cole. He's interviewing Al Snow, and Al Snow is losing his mind here. He looks like he's had no sleep. Odd reference from JR, but I couldn't stop laughing because like only Lawler would like get the reference. He's like, "Oh man, do you see those bags under his eyes? It looks like Swede Hansen." And Lawler like popped for it, but it's funny. It's like he like as a wrestling fan listening, you're like Swede Hansen. Who the hell are you? Swede Hansen.
Exactly. Yeah, Swede.
Great reference though.
Yeah, that's great.
But he basically, it's a weird gimmick with Al. Like he's basically saying like, hopefully Big Boss Man puts him out of his misery. Like he almost wants to get his ass kicked. Interesting.
Yeah. What a great freaking character, and what a mind, man. Bro, I swear to God, I just saw the greatest thing, man. And I just was talking to Al about this yesterday because I do a show with Al. So, bro, in that episode with Shane, it's the New Age Outlaws against Al and Mick.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So somehow, bro, after the match, the match is over. Somehow Al has Sacco and Mick has Head. And bro, they do like a 10-minute Mexican standoff of them, giving each other the gimmick back. It was freaking brilliant. And I'm watching this and I'm like, bro, no other two people in the world could have done this. It was bro, you know how like in the movies when the two groups exchange hostages?
Yes.
That's what it was. It was absolutely, bro. I loved when I had characters like that, man. I loved it, man, because that's what I really enjoyed, most. When you got a Mick and an Al Snow, bro, it's you become a fan. You really do, Al. You're working with them and you're producing them, but you're sitting back watching them and you're just freaking cracking up. They were so good at what they did.
Yeah, for sure. So then next up, we have the Hardcore Championship match. Big Boss Man defeats Al Snow in about 10 minutes to win the Hardcore title. They're fighting on the outside of the building. He actually tapes him to a fence, or not tapes him, he handcuffs him to a fence, and he actually pins him like that. And the referee, Jimmy Corderas, basically just accepted the pin because he took out the nightstick and literally knocked him out. And so, like, JR's like, he just put him out of his misery right there, which is what Al Snow wanted all along.
Exactly.
But Boss Man then wins the Hardcore title. Very funny thing. I don't know if anybody else would find this funny. Boss Man literally runs from the back where he pinned Al all the way to the ring to get the title and to hold the title belt up. I don't know if that was a rib or not, but he ran all the way back.
Bro, I think I remember that. I swear to God, I think I remember that. But that's great, man. That's cool.
Is that one of those things like time constraints? You better get out there and run back and grab the belt?
100% rib.
Really? Okay. It kind of seemed like it.
Absolutely, 1000%. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I was like, he's literally after he just had a grueling 10-minute match, he wins the Hardcore title. He runs all the way back to the ring just to get the belt.
And freaking Bruce is sitting at gorilla position, going hysterical. Yes.
I had a feeling
Yeah.
about that. So now we have 4 matches, 4 title changes.
Wow. Wow. That's something, bro. I wonder if that's a record.
That it might be. Are you guys teasing something here? It seems like you're teasing that Austin's going to lose big time.
I mean,
Like each title change is going to
yeah,
happen.
no, if I'm JR and Lawler, that's what I'm selling, bro. That's what I'm
Yeah. Yep.
definitely
They
selling.
were. Yep.
Yeah.
They're saying, oh, it's not a good omen for
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I can't wait to see what happens, bro. I forgot what happens.
So the Big Shot, Hardcore Holly, is backstage with Kevin Kelly for an interview. He's going to be the special guest referee in a match between Kane and the Big Show, and he's saying, "Hey, can you be impartial? Because it seems like Big Show and Big Shot are having a good relationship together, and obviously Holly and Kane had their issues stemming back from weeks. They can't get along. They don't like each other, and obviously Kane's beaten him up a few times as well." I loved it though because Holly kind of pretends he's bigger than what he is. Like he's like, "Oh, you're Kane, 7 foot, Big
Yeah.
Show. Like I'm the Big Shot. I don't care how big they are."
And you know what, bro? He's probably shooting. He probably really does believe that in his head because he was one tough guy, bro. He was, bro. You know, you think of that early gimmick, spark plug Holly or
Yeah.
whatever. Oh
Yep.
my God, he was one tough guy, bro.
I actually just talked to him. God, it must have been 3 weeks ago because I wanted to see like
Really?
what he's been up to or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like we went back and forth a little bit. And now I'm waiting for him to get back to you. I want to get him on for an interview again because I feel like he's been forgotten. We got to get
Oh
Holly
yeah.
back
No,
out there.
definitely. So what is he doing?
Nothing really. He's living. I guess it's Iowa. He's just living on the land. I guess he's just
Yeah.
retired.
Yeah.
I guess.
It was great. He was great, man.
Yeah, oh, he's awesome. Actually, years ago, I booked him for a couple autographs. It's really fun to hang out with. Like, he's just a real, like, down to earth, cool guy.
Bro, think about just all the legitimate badasses. Like legit, like bro,
Yeah,
you had Severn, Blackman, Shamrock, Bob Holly, Ron Simmons, like Bradshaw. Think of all the legitimate badasses you had
yep,
back then. The Godfather, bro.
yep.
Like the
Mark
list
Merrow. Yep.
goes on. Oh my God, bro. Mark Merrow, man. The list is unbelievable. And you look today and you got these freaking mamby-pambies, man. Like, oh my God. You know what a Bob Holly would do to a WWE roster today, bro? Forget about it, man.
Unbelievable.
I don't know. I
Love
don't know.
Buck
I don't
Merrow.
know how they found those guys. I swear to God, unless back then it was a different breed that wanted to get in the business. I mean,
Definitely.
bro, Ray Trailer.
Yeah,
Like, are you kidding me, bro? It was a different breed that got in the business.
definitely tough guys back then.
Yeah, man.
Next match, Big Show defeats Kane, well, obviously with Hardcore Holly, like I mentioned, as a special guest referee, beats him in 8 minutes. Thanks to Hardcore Holly. Hardcore Holly clipped out Kane's knee. Big Show gets the choke slam. He gets the win. X-Pac comes out to help his boy Kane. Undertaker comes out because he hates X-Pac. And obviously, you guys were kind of teasing that Kane, Undertaker were going to get back together. But then Kane found out Undertaker beat the crap out of X-Pac, who's his buddy. And it like very interesting kind of web we're weaving here. Like Holly
Yeah.
gets taken out. Austin and Undertaker, they have that going on. Big Show and Undertaker seem to be on the same page. So definitely teasing Big Show, Undertaker with Kane and X-Pac as well. So a lot going on in that segment there in the Big Show Kane match. You would think it's a throwaway, but basically, you had a lot of interference after the match and a lot of building up for Undertaker, Big Show, and Kane.
Again, John, I swear I'm not putting myself over this. Bro, I'm too old. I have nothing to put myself over for. I swear to God. But this is why I keep emphasizing this, bro, because I'm doing the same thing today. Bro, I've got a show tonight and tomorrow. I'm doing the same thing today. Bro, this is what I mean when I talk about a difference between, writers and wrestlers booking the show. When you have writers, bro, you have all these elements that you're talking about that all of a sudden open up all these new doors you can go down. That's why you write shows this way, bro. And again, when you don't have writers involved, you're just getting straightforward wrestling. And that's what's really run off a lot of people. Like, bro, when you talk about this, I can remember, man, I love the relationship between X-Pac and Kane. You know, I absolutely, bro, you're not going to get stuff like that today because that stuff's got to be written. You can't book that, bro, on Friday afternoon. That stuff's got to be written. And that's why all these little things are so important, bro.
So the Iron Circle match is up next. Ken Shamrock defeats Steve Blackman about 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Basically, it's behind the scenes. All the wrestlers are on top of their cars, a circle of cars.
I love that stuff. They don't do that enough. I love that shot. I remember doing that at TNA with Kurt Angle and somebody. I don't remember the last time that's been done. I love that.
AEW actually kind of stole the idea, and they did that a few
They
times.
did something like that? Okay, yeah. I love that, bro. I love it.
Whose idea is the Iron Circle?
It's definitely mine.
What's the idea from? Is it from Rocky 5 or something? I mean, what year? No, they were fighting in the street. It was different, but I'm saying what?
I'm curious. What year did Rocky 5 come out? Was Rocky 5 before this?
Oh yeah.
Was it really?
Had to be 90 something, right?
Well, this was 90 something.
Well, 99. Yeah, Rocky 5 had to be 1990. No.
Was it that early? 1990?
Yeah, 1990
wow,
exactly.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, no, bro, you've seen this a million times. You've seen this on TV a million times.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I saw this, like West Side. Freaking, I saw this on West Side Story, for crying out loud. And I think West Side Story came out in 1961. So this had been done a million times.
Yeah, even on Nitro, I think it had to be 96-ish. Regal versus Finlay, they did a very similar thing. It was like a parking lot brawl.
I'm doing a thing now where we have a legitimate death match guy now, with the company I'm working with, Rocky Mountain Pro, and I'm doing the same thing, bro. He's not going to have the match in the ring every single time. He's in a different location, and his opponent's got to go out to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just really give me a different look, man. Just give me a different way to do things.
Yeah, this definitely was completely different. You got the guys beeping. They're using the cars as weapon. They're using glass and everything else. Was crazy.
Shamrock and who?
Steve Blackman.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, bro. Yeah. Can you imagine those? Can you imagine those two in a legitimate fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Shamrock somewhat recently, I don't remember where it was, he was talking about how tough Steve Blackman was.
Oh, forget it, bro. Forget it, man. I mean, Steve Blackman could have been like a legit ninja assassin. I mean, seriously, he could have snuck in someplace, killed somebody, got out, and you would have never caught him in a million years. He was legit, bro.
Interesting, the feud between them, it's kind of been building for a while. Blackman took him out, broke his ribs, cost him the King of the Ring in '99. So it's been kind of leading up to this. But Shamrock basically beats him, knocks him out, and just walks out just in a rage. He's still amped after he won the match.
Yeah. He was the best at snapping, bro. Shamrock was the best at that, man.
Yeah, time to knuckle up, and then he punched himself in the face and just snapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was awesome. Next up, we have Road Dogg and X-Pac versus Billy Gunn and China. This is a tag match for the rights to D-Generation X. Why did you want to break up D-Generation X? Had they run its course?
Yeah, probably, bro. They probably just ran its course and did everything they could do as a team, and we were just looking for something new.
Undertaker, backstage interview before the match with Terry Taylor. Funny. Jim Ross goes, let's send it to the back to the Rooster.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, Undertaker pushes Terry Taylor into the door and pushes him to the ground, too, at the end of the interview. So he's even taking a bump here, Terry Taylor.
Interesting. I have not spoken to Terry in a while, man. I need to touch base with him.
Yeah, he's down there in NXT training.
He's been there forever, bro.
Yeah, he's the finishing coach. Yep.
Yeah.
So then we have a backstage interview with China and Billy Gunn. Obviously, Michael Cole is the one doing the interview, and they're talking about how they are going to win the rights to D-Generation X. Do you like that stipulation? Is that, you know what I mean? Is there enough stakes there?
I like when any stakes are on the line, man, because now you really give me something to care about. It's the same thing, bro. I don't know, bro, how much online betting you do, like, DraftKings and stuff like that. But it's like it's like that same thing, bro. Like, bro, I would not, what outside of CU, I would not be interested in any college football game. Okay. Bro, I could put $5 on the game and I'm watching all four quarters. And I'll do that a lot, bro. I will bet on a game just to be interested in the game. You know what I'm saying? And the same goes with wrestling. If it's a straight up match, bro, and there's nothing on the line, who gives a shit? If something's on the line, bro, it makes a big difference.
Do you like the breakup of DX? Like looking back, like were they needed to be broken up? Do you think that
Bro,
that was the right direction?
we can look at so many things that ran its course, and you couldn't do anything with them. And once you get to that point, bro, it's going to go downhill. I mean, bro, like, because I remember, like, I inherited a lot of those situations. Like, that was the problem I had with Goldberg, bro. After he had a string like that, when I got there, how are you ever going to top that? You're never going to be able to top his undefeated string of 365 at all, bro. I had the same problem with Legion of Doom when you got towards the end of their career and everything they did and they accomplished. Bro, it's almost like, rather than Pete Rose retiring, like, Pete Rose goes on. You just get to the point, bro, of like, there's nothing else you can do. Like, you've literally accomplished everything. So if you don't do something, now you're going to start spiraling downhill, and you don't want to do that with something that was such an iconic team. You don't want to do that. I think that's what happened with the NWO, bro. When you started with the three, oh my God, forget about it. When the three turned to 30, it was dead in the water. So that's what I'm trying to avoid.
Did you really like look at the NWO, be like, oh, we can't have that happen at DX? Is that something that you'll think about as a writer? Like,
Oh,
we don't.
absolutely, absolutely. And bro, I do that for the talent's sake. For the talent's sake, man. When I see somebody, bro, I swear to God, John, and these are two guys that you freaking love. And this is what got me in freaking hot water. I remember the week I was signed with WCW, but I wasn't writing the show yet. And I remember, bro, I was watching a show before I actually started writing, and Hogan and Flair were in the main event. And, bro, they both looked horrible. Flair had the flab coming over his shorts, and they were slow, bro. It was bad. And, like, I knew, like, I'm watching this, and I'm like, bro, you can't put these guys in the main event anymore. You've got to protect these guys. So my whole plan was, I've got to take these two legends, and now I've got to get them in their proper place of where they are at this point in their careers. That's what I was trying to do. These guys cannot be active wrestlers anymore in the main event. Otherwise, everything they did and everything they accomplished, bro, now you're going to start seeing stuff that's like, you know what I mean? I don't want to do that to the talent. And that's when I came up, okay, let's bury Flair in the desert. Let's do the thing with Hogan and Sting. I'm going to bring these guys back as a group, as the Avengers. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, bro. And like I said, John, that's almost me as a fan and wanting to protect them as a talent, not wanting to bring them, on that elevator down, bro.
So then we have a Road Dogg and X-Pac defeating Billy Gunn and China in 11 minutes and 45 seconds to win the rights to D-Generation X. So it comes home to Road Dogg and X-Pac.
You know what's real interesting, bro? Like, I know, man, Billy Gunn was so good to China throughout her entire life. And bro, probably with everything she went through with everybody, He was the guy that always stuck with her. And bro, let's face it, man, he should have, the way wrestling is, when she was done with Triple H and he was boys with Triple H, he should have turned his back on China. That's what anybody else would have done in that spot. Billy didn't. And China was forever and ever and ever grateful to Billy Gunn, bro. And it's funny now because, like, I don't remember this match, but now I'm like, okay, bro, well, them teaming together and all of this was probably the start of what really brought them together in life. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they teamed together, because I forgot all about this. But Billy Gunn was a you know, a significant positive played a positive role in her life, her entire life, man. You know, and I'm always so thankful to Billy for that.
Next up, Triple H with Billy Gunn and China versus The Rock. This is a strap match. They call it the Fully Loaded strap match to determine the number one contender for the WWF Championship. The number one contender will get a shot at SummerSlam. So it's interesting. Not the King of the Ring getting the shot at SummerSlam like Billy Gunn, who won the King of the Ring the month before. It's going to be the winner of Triple H versus The Rock. High stakes for this strap match between these two. Good match, too.
Yeah. You know, again, bro, it's all about the title. It's all about the title. So every time there is a shot at there is a match at getting a shot for the title, it's very, very important. It's all about stakes, bro. Everything you're hearing is stakes.
So Triple H defeats The Rock. Pretty good match. Goes about 19 minutes and 20
Wow.
seconds. So long match, but a good match. Billy Gunn and China, of course, are cheating throughout. Rock is kind of on his own here. Triple H ends up winning with the pedigree after interference from Billy Gunn specifically. So we're leading to SummerSlam with Billy Gunn and The Rock a little bit, right? A little bit of the tease there because that's going to be the match. But now Triple H is the number one contender for the title, and he'll be in the main event at SummerSlam. How do you like that? Is he ready for it?
Wait. So Billy Gunn's in the main event against.
No, Triple H.
Okay.
He beat Rock, so Triple H is in the main event at SummerSlam
Against Taker.
Well, Austin is champ right now.
Okay,
So
Austin is champ right now. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, he's ready for that. He definitely is ready for that. Yeah, this is definitely the beginning of the rise of Triple H, without a shadow of a doubt, and it did not happen overnight.
SummerSlam main event at this point in '99, he's ready. That he deserves it.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yep.
Pretty damn good heel here, but it's interesting that The Rock, yeah, I think he still looks good in the loss because China, Triple H, and Billy Gunn basically beat him 3-on-1. You know what I mean?
3-on-1, exactly. Yeah, absolutely, bro. It's all about protecting. It's all how was Gunther protected losing to Sami Zayn?
Not at all.
You know, because you got to look at the finish of every match and make sure everybody, you know, got over and was protected. What did you do for Gunther in that match when he's losing? Nothing. This stuff is so important, bro.
Very interesting what happens. We'll just talk about it real quick before we go to the main event, but what happens at SummerSlam, because it's Austin versus Mankind versus Triple H. Foley makes his return. So it's not Austin versus Triple H like you would think for SummerSlam 99. Jesse Ventura is the guest referee. Is that because Austin, as the rumor goes, would not job to Triple H?
Oh my God, bro. I don't remember that, man. I would think that would have been to save Triple H and Austin. You know what I mean, bro? That's what I would think. I don't recall Austin refusing to job to Triple H.
When that's going on, it's interesting because they bring Foley back kind of out of nowhere. Foley ends up winning the title at SummerSlam. I know we can get into that at another time, but it's just very interesting how it all. And then Triple H beats Foley the next night on Raw. So interesting. It seems like, wow, I guess Austin wouldn't just put over Triple H. It seemed like Foley had to come in and then do the job, and then Triple H becomes champ. I know Austin jobs him a few months later.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, man. You know, I know. You know, when Owen hurt Austin, when Jeff hurt Austin's money. Okay. I know Austin held a grudge, but I never was made aware or told that Austin did not want to put Triple H over. I find that very, very hard. He could have not liked him, but I find it hard to believe that he wouldn't put him over.
Because you guys need heels, and obviously he's becoming the next top heel, so you need somebody for Austin to work with.
Yeah, exactly. Bro, I was never aware of that. I never heard of that. And I would have known that, bro, because I was the head writer. I'm telling you, I knew I could not write Jarrett and Austin. I knew that. That was perfectly clear. There was never, you can't do nothing with Triple H and Austin.
So they have an Austin, Undertaker, Vince video package talking about the first blood match and obviously talking about end of an era. This match, like I mentioned before, is for the WWF Championship. It is first blood. If Undertaker loses, Vince McMahon can no longer appear on television. If Austin loses, he could never challenge for the WWF Championship ever again. Vince is out on commentary for this match. He has them announce that he's a special guest commentator. JR is not happy about it. Lawler loves it, but JR is not happy about it. Just playing around like, oh yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm sure you're just out here to be the commentator. Good stuff from JR.
JR is the best, man. Yeah.
Shane, of course, comes out throughout this match to interfere. Vince gets involved. Vince gets beat up. X-Pac comes out. He gets beat up. Austin then uses the television camera to cut open Undertaker. After a ref bump, the ref finally notices it. So Stone Cold Steve Austin wins the first blood match, retains his WWF Championship in about 16 minutes. Just a wild match with just a wild brawl around. But Undertaker is bleeding. He then beats up Earl Hebner afterwards because Hebner called for the bell, said Austin once, and then he eats a stunner right after that as well. So a lot of craziness, but Austin retains the title, which means end of an era for Vince, who's also bleeding.
How did we get out of that, bro? I got no idea how we got out of that on TV the next day, bro.
That's what I'm curious, because was Vince supposed to be off TV for good with the end of an era? What was the end game there? Was Vince ready to be off TV at this point?
I don't know, man. No, I don't think so. I gotta go back and watch it, bro. I don't remember.
Because he does come back. Yeah, it's not so if he was gone from TV, I mean, that would put a little bit of a wrinkle thing. He's been the best heel for 2 years.
We would have been stupid to do that, bro. That's why I need to see it to refresh my memory of what we did. We would have never done. Vince would have never done that because he knew it would have killed business. He would have never done that. So I don't remember creatively what we did, but it would be interesting to see.
So stunners all around. Triple H is out. The Rock is out. Taker and Austin brawl everywhere. Just a bloody brawl. Austin is now bleeding from the Undertaker. It's just blood everywhere. They're brawling all around. It's funny. Austin's almost too amped up. He keeps slipping and falling because there's blood everywhere. It's just people try to break it up. They're brawling. People try to break it up. They're brawling. Undertaker ends up kind of walking away and just kind of walking up the ramp bloody and pissed, and he's not champ, he's pissed, and all the officials and everybody, Dr. Tom, everybody, they're trying to keep them away. Austin then finds his way back in the ring where Vince is there. Vince is crying because it's the end of an era. He's stunned, he's crying, he's upset. Austin goes, all good, offers to shake his hand, and Vince falls for it. Vince is falls for it, stunner. And
bro,
JR,
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say JR is an awesome line. He goes, a nice goodbye stunner to Vince. Goodbye.
Bro, how simple is that stuff?
Yeah.
It's just so simple, man. Great stuff, man. Great stuff.
But it's just so funny because we all as a fan, oh, he's gonna get stunned. How dumb is Vince? What is he doing? But he's crying and okay, I'll shake your hand, and then boom, stunner.
Bro, that sometimes you just got to give the people what they want, man. It's so simple, bro. Simple. Yeah.
It just an awesome end, and then obviously you're how what the hell, the end of an era. Vince is gone. Austin is the champion. This is great. Undertaker's pissed, but there's so much going on with Undertaker because he's kind of feuding with Kane. He's kind of feuding with X-Pac. He's still kind of feuding with Austin. Triple H. The Rock is still pissed. Billy Gunn is kind of in the fray. So there's so much going on in and around the main event scene right now here in 99.
Yeah, that's tremendous, bro. That's good stuff.
Do you like the way the show ends with Austin getting Vince getting his comeuppance? Austin,
of course, bro. Because bro, it's always a good ending when I got to watch the next night. It's always a good ending when you keep me going, keep me going, keep me interested. What are they going to do next? How are they going to get out of this one? Yes, absolutely, 1000%.
And Austin, man, when he wins, I mean, phew, just a gigantic pop, super over. Every
Yeah,
time he delivers a stunner, just a huge pop as well.
that's great, man. Tremendous. Yeah.
Do you love Vince's acting? I feel like that's always great. Him crying,
Oh,
him
the big
bleeding, him.
swallow, the big swallow, bro. Oh yeah, the big swallow was always my favorite. Always my favorite, bro.
He would eventually adapt like the ear thing, which is so good because you could tell like he's really nervous. He's just like
Yeah.
grabbing his ear.
Yeah, yes, yes. Yeah, he was great, bro. One of the perhaps the greatest heel of all time.
Yeah, definitely up there. And Austin, maybe the best babyface.
Yeah. Well, again, bro, you know me. I'll always go back to Hogan.
Well, yeah, it's probably Hogan. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Austin's up there, but yeah, it's probably
Oh
Hogan.
yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, just interesting with everything going on here in '99. Seems like Austin might be hurt though. Like we're kind of hearing rumblings that he's injured. Do you guys know here that he's injured and may have some problems? The
Well,
neck is bothering him.
he probably his body's probably beaten up, and he
Yeah.
probably does need some time off. Yeah, yeah, bro. It's he's probably got a lot of small nagging injuries that are going to develop into something bigger if he doesn't take a break.
The interesting thing here too is Jericho is on his way in. The Millennium Man's on his way in. Austin, it's kind of taken some time here with some injuries. He'll eventually, in November, he'll be written off TV and he'll be basically gone for almost a year. So obviously, he's got that neck injury coming. But I don't know, it seems like almost like there's going to be somewhat of a changing of the guard here. Jericho comes in, Undertaker and Big Show are a tag team. Kane and X Pac are a tag team, but Jericho could play a role. It just seems like Triple H is headed towards the main event. Rock and Billy Gunn are obviously there. It seems like maybe could it be a little bit of a changing of the guard here.
Oh well, yeah, no, well, not changing of a guard, bro. Just making sure the show is healthy in the absence of Austin. There's no changing of any guard, but you don't want to have a complete fall off because Austin's not already not on the show for a while. He's on the shelf. So you just got to get all your eggs in a row, bro, to keep the audience there while Austin's gone.
So, pretty good show overall. Just maybe not some of the great matches, but just storyline wise, it seemed
Yeah.
like a good show. It was keeping things moving.
Yeah.
So let's head towards the plugs. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at 2Man Power Trip. Vince, where can we follow you?
Yeah, guys, please, if you've never been a subscriber to my Patreon, go to patreon.com/Russo TWC. You can get a free month, absolutely free, no long-term obligation. Patreon.com/Russo TWC.
And of course, breaking down the Attitude Era as well, which is a great watch over
Yeah,
at Russo Brand.
yeah, it really is. I have a blast watching it, bro.
All right. Thank you to Vince. Thank you, everybody out there, for listening. See you right back here next time. Have a good one, folks.